Hi, my name is Maria Victoria Ponce, and I'm the writer and director, and this is our project, Washing Elena.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Perez. I'm one of the producers of Washing Elena.
So what you're about to hear right now is a little piece of both Vanessa and I, and the type of music that we grew up listening to. It's called banda, and it's one of the most popular Mexican-American styles of music. Play the music.
Con el ritmo y sabor de la banda.
So our two central characters meet on a sunny Saturday while banda plays in the background at the local Richmond beach. Indalia saves Elena from drowning. From there, they become inseparable. They go on, they share their first smoke together, they share their quinceañera waltz, and they both become nurses. Fast forward to 20 years later, and we meet Indalia again. She's definitely in your face, she's independent, she's a hot mess, but she lives to care for others. She's a nurse with baggage.
So Indalia and Elena continue to be ride or dies. They're good friends, and but they start to grow apart, and that is because Elena marries Saud, a Muslim man. They have an argument. Imagine leaving your friend's house after an argument and never getting a chance to apologize. That is Indalia's journey. She will live with the guilt and the sorrow of losing her friend because of her prejudice against Islam and never getting a chance to apologize. So we'll see Indalia as she goes in and out of nostalgic flashbacks, remembering her friend. As we mourn with Indalia, we also see her react. You know, mourning can make us do extreme things, and for Indalia, this extreme is blaming Saud for the death and accusing him of Elena's death.
Yeah. Indalia's emotional journey makes it so that during their friendship, Indalia wants to hold on to Elena by keeping her from Saud. And after Elena's death, she wants to hold on by investigating that death. She needs to forgive herself for her mistreatment of Elena. So in the spiritual sense, she goes from wanting to erase Islam from Elena to herself becoming more Christian-like. She also goes from wanting to erase Saud from Elena to eventually becoming more compassionate towards Saud, the way Elena was to her.
So basically, Indalia's journey of realizing the value of her friendship and, seeking redemption by finding out what really happened to Elena.
Yeah, so I want to talk to you a little bit about what inspired me to write this story. The story comes from a place of self-reflection for me. I had a really good friend of mine who had converted to Islam many years ago. She only recently had begun wearing the hijab and quoting the Quran over social media, and I was bothered. And then I was bothered because I was bothered. Why was I, someone who had faced both adversity and discrimination, being such a crappy friend? So I called her up, we hung out, we had dinner, we talked for a couple of hours. And I just sat there and I listened, and she told me what Islam meant to her, what wearing the hijab meant to her. And she also shared that her husband was actually, her Pakistani husband was upset by her choosing to wear the hijab. She also shared with me that Latinos are the largest ethnic group converting to Islam. Surprised again by this, I thought, why would one group that's facing adversity move over to another group that, in my opinion, then was facing more adversity? So this set me on the path to want to share this story. So a theme that I believe makes Washing Elena so universal is that of friendship. And growing up, my cousins, Patricia and Rosa, they both taught me about my period because it was too taboo for me to talk to my mother about it. They also told me to never, ever try to feather my hair again and to instead grab baby oil and slick it down and calm the curls down. And then I had another friend named Mago, who we would run off into the streets and we would escape and we would go hunting for treasures. And she also taught me how to do the running man and the cabbage patch. And that's a lot of what these friends meant so much to me. And this is the backdrop, the Mexican backdrop that I've set Washing Elena into. Washing Elena is set in the East Bay, Richmond, California. It's my hometown. While most people would see its danger, I don't. The streets of Richmond were a refuge from home life. While you would see the danger, I see its everyday beauty. For me, my hometown is the smell of sweet wet dirt, it's the early foggy mornings, it's the golden summer evenings that roll out the cars playing banda, reggaeton, hip hop, and it's also the smell of caldo de res and mole cooking for dinner.
To kind of add to what Vicky is talking about Richmond, we'd like to talk to it about as a character, as it relates to, it's, like we said, it's set in the East Bay, but it's an outliner. It's kind of the other. It's a predominantly Latino African American community. And as such, people who live there may face obstacles. So part of the visual style is to use fencing and wires to take the shots of surrounding Richmond.
So another element of visual style is in the flashbacks. I want the viewer to feel like Indalia is still experiencing these events in the present. Those memories still shape her ongoing life. With the use of natural elements like water or ocean water, linking the past to the present because there's a rawness and a continuity in her journey. Washing Elena would also use a combination of documentary-style moments, long takes held on instances, cutaways to the surrounding environment, itself a character in Indalia's journey, and blurred shots evoking hazy feelings of vulnerability. Water would be a thematic element, whether it's the hand gliding across the surface of the water when she's swimming or when Elena's body is being washed, or also the fog that Indalia just can't shake. Placing Indalia in quiet instances would also give us space to process and attach to her character.
So a little bit about how we're going to make Vicky's vision come to life. So I'm a Mexican-American producer. My background kind of bled into my career after working at a talent agency. Decided to take a leap of faith and work in Mexico City with Diego Luna, Gal Garcia Bernal, and an amazing producer, Pablo. So in Mexico, I got an opportunity to experience filmmaking slightly different, really focus on the art of and have these amazing crews that felt like family. So I think that, there's a reason why international filmmakers do that crossover, and it's because we really foster the arts. After that, we opened the US office and we started producing in the US. Our other producer is Heather McLean, and she is a native to the Bay Area. She's worked as a location scout and manager, and she has great relationships with vendors in the Bay Area, and that's what we're relying on her. A lot of productions rely on her for her expertise. As far as adding to the color palette, our costume designer is Ana Terrazas. She most recently worked on Roma, and she understands the Latino community as well. She's worked in the US, and she definitely will keep to authenticity. For casting, I've worked with Heidi Levitt before. She actually casted Cesar Chavez for us. So I know that she's really good with new voices and working with directors and finding incredible, diverse talent.
Yeah. So this next slide, I want to give you a couple of casting ideas. I'm extremely excited about that process because I love working with actors. And for me, this is especially special because I'm looking forward to working with Mexican-American actors who are used to getting a lot of secondary roles. And I'm also excited about working with both local actors and non-actors in order to bring the story forward for you. Mm-hmm.
So a little bit about our inspiration and what we hope to achieve with this story. So I think, a lot of us can agree that divisiveness is what's shaping America these days. And a lot of it has to do with really keeping to a black and white issue and bringing race into it. But the reality is that all of us have prejudice in us, and it's from fear, the fear of the not knowing, right? And so I think that for us, this is an opportunity to give audiences something different, something that perhaps they didn't expect to see. And so that for us, it's important to tell that story.
Yeah. So often when I share Washing Elena with people, they're most surprised by the subject matter. So today I've given you a little piece into my world, and I can't wait to share the rest of it with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.